Welcome to the Aquaspresso Coffee Academy, and today we're going to be talking about industrial coffee machines and why bigger isn't always better. So almost every brand has a few different divisions of coffee machines. They have the domestic coffee machines, the medium range office coffee machines, and the industrial or commercial coffee machines. And this typically frightens people, and this is typically a trap sometimes to get people to buy the most expensive and biggest machine in their range. So what is the actual difference between what's inside a domestic machine, a medium-sized machine, and an industrial commercial machine? Now, there are some brands out there where there is actually a big difference inside. The grinders are different, the pumps are different, but for the most part, there's actually nothing different in the machines. The components are almost identical and often exactly identical. The biggest difference usually is the size of the machine. And the two parts which actually make a difference when it comes to size of the machine is the water tank size and the bin or the grounds container size where the used coffee falls in. So when you're talking about industrial, commercial, medium, domestic, the main difference is how much of a pain does it become when you're doing lots of coffee. In a domestic machine, you're making a cup of coffee and you've got about 10 cups or so, it depends on your size of your machine and the brand, but about 10 cups before you need to refill your water tank. You have to empty the grounds container and restock it. Now, if you have an office of 100 people, that can become really frustrating. It doesn't, however, mean that when you're doing 100 cups of coffee that machine is going to break. That's not what industrial commercial typically refers to. It's typically about the size of the machine and how much you have to constantly attend to its needs. So if you're a person or a company who's happy to constantly attend, so I wouldn't in a big company go for a domestic, but I might go for a medium-sized machine. So if you're happy with constantly attending to your machine, and saving a lot of money by dropping down a level and going for that medium level machine, then by all means do so. Your machine is not going to break, and it's often a good route to go. So in summary, don't fear capacity ratings and fear the potential that you might exceed the suggested capacity by one and your machine's going to die on you. Go for the machine which you're most comfortable with. Doesn't mean you have to spend the most. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to keep up to date with everything coffee, and we'd love to hear your comments below. Thanks so much.